Okay. Now, first thing first, don't worry about these projects. These are our old projects. I mean, you don't need to worry about this. So we had created this project in earlier video. So right click on it, click on configure, convert to cucumber project. So and wait, look at the bottom, it is getting converted. Okay, wait till it is finished. Well, don't worry about these dependencies, these are the old thing. So once it is created, right, I mean you convert it, right? So right click on the project, click on new, and click on, go to folder. Okay, we're gonna create a source folder. Make sure it is selected. Then here you write down src slash test slash resources, resources. Okay, you can finish. So you have created a resource folder. Now we're gonna go sequentially step by step. We will understand the project, but before that we have to do something, and you have to do something for me to understand this project. Without this, if I start just describing, you can never learn cucumber. And if you don't learn cucumber, you cannot do anything in this IT industry as a QA. At least in this Java and Selenium and Cucumber project, you cannot handle any BDD framework. So let's start quickly with our current situations, our present thing, right? So what we're gonna do, what we're gonna create. First of all, let's suppose our page, our project name is EAL, right? So what we're gonna do, in src test Java, here we're gonna create a package or folder. Yeah, we can create a package called eal.utilities, or better write com.eal.utilities. Okay, so the reason we wrote com is like actually we don't need to write com. It actually comes from your project's artifact ID. So if you see here, it starts with EAL. Why is that? Not project artifact, artifact ID, I guess. Either artifact ID or project ID. So when you create Maven project, right, you got two fields. First one was like domain type things. Why do you put EAL? That's why everything comes with EAL dot. So if your project name is PDL, do PDL. If your project name is whatever, Amazon, write it Amazon. So currently I'm writing EAL dot utilities. Utilities means you already know from TestNG, whatever we use for reuse is called utilities. Okay. So I'm just clicking on finish. Well, let me show you again how this EAL came up. If we try to create any Maven project, okay, anything, just using default setup, okay, this one. Now if you go to, sorry, group ID, I misspelled it, it's the group ID. So whatever you're gonna put here is gonna come at the front of any folder you create. So that should have been like that. Okay, so now utilities, right? And now right click on here and click on class. Okay, class, then name it driver, driver. The first thing is like we are going to create the class from where we're gonna open and launch driver. Now click on finish. We didn't select anything, just click on finish. So it's gonna create your, it has created our driver class. Double click on it, you're gonna see the class has been created. Okay, now how do we start? First of all, we're gonna create a constructor. Okay, writing down my bad, constructor. Okay, So the what is the name of the constructor? It is public driver. Just for the sake of time, I'm just creating it. Public, I'm just copy pasting it. Public driver. Okay. So what is the difference between method and constructor? It doesn't have any return type. And why do we create constructor? Okay. Assignments 1. Why do we create constructor? You have to find it out and write the assignment right here in your project, and you have to push it in GitHub. We're gonna check it. And apart from that, just copy paste it in a Word document and submit it for the first class. That is, you have to put everything in assignment like this. Okay, that is assignment 1. Now driver is created. Now we have to create some global variables so that we can reuse this driver. I'm using it as private now because I don't want anybody to change the value of it. So private static wave driver. Now I'm gonna use this driver across all the platform. Now when you hover over on this, you're gonna see import wave driver from Log4j2 or Selenium. So try to make a habit to read this thing. If you don't read this, you are not a AT. Take time, no rush, read this, otherwise you cannot be an automation engineer. So here you can see that it is getting imported from Log4j.selenium. So anything in this automation part, you can import, and you have to read what are the available options there. You have to understand all of them. Okay, now clicking on this, you can see that it has been added here saying that import this wave driver. Okay, now the error is gone. At the same way, we have to use a logger. So I'm just copy pasting it from here. Now is gonna throw an error saying that okay, oh sorry, it came from PDL. It doesn't have to be PDL. Oh, okay, I imported it from the wrong place. My bad. Undo it. So it should be like, keep it like this for now. Now we'll go to the next step. Okay, now before we move forward, we have to do one thing. Right click on it, click on new, then go to file. Now you have to write here, it has to be character sensitive. It's very important. Any mistake can lead a failure. Okay, log4j2 dot properties. Dot properties is a file type where you can mention different types of variable values and you can use them in the project. Okay, but you're gonna find it out more than me by researching on it. Okay, so you create it, it's a property file, and your assignment 2 will be what a property file can do. Okay, you have to write it down, what a property files, why we use property files in Cucumber. Okay, that is your assignment 2. Now what you need to do is like go to your classroom again. Okay, let me open it from beginning. So in the same place, you're gonna see this log4j properties copy. Okay, click on it. It's gonna open a new notepad for you. Copy everything. Okay, Control C, go to your project, paste it. So okay, now your assignment 3 is, you have to comment out like here. Here comment out can be started with hash. Okay, so you have to write hash and explain why this individual part is created. So you can create hash here, and you can write, oh no, you cannot create hash here. You can write above every single variables what this thing is doing, what that thing is doing. Okay, so you have to write it down. That is your assignment 3 for the whole file. Okay, that is your assignment 3. It is very, very important. Okay, now how will you find it out? You can use AI definitely. For everything, you can use ChatGPT, Copilot, tell him what this is doing, and make sure don't try to complete the assignment and copy paste things. I'm repeating again, don't try to copy paste. The reason I'm not describing and writing it down here is just because helping you to know it perfectly. So when you do your own research, try to understand what is used, why is it, like what these different parts are used for. You will know better than me, or you can learn much better when you will search this. So I'm giving you the things. Okay, now let's go back again to the driver class. Okay, now we have to create a logger. I think you already saw in TestNG why I use log. Same thing, log. I will just change the name little bit as logger because there will be multiple logs that can be come from different places. So instead I will use logger. You can use log2 if you want, but I'm using logger. So it always has to be final logger. Okay, this logger is gonna come from, we have to import it actually. So import from, you see, you can import from so many places. From where you want to import now? I want to import it from org.apache.logging.log4j. Don't import it from Cucumber or anywhere else by mistake. That will be a problem for you. Okay. Okay, so okay, so remember there are log4j code too. I mean, don't import it from log4j code, just log4j. Okay, so here is the proper thing that it has to be coming from log4j, and here this is a smaller letter. Then you have to use capital, equal. Then we're gonna create. We're gonna import log manager, M-A-N-A. Okay, so I just wrote log, clicked on control space, then this. So just just wrote down log. Then I clicked on control space together, and it's gonna open something like that. Then I will keep writing manager. Okay, so now you can see I can import log manager from different places. Be careful here too. Import it from here, log manager, from log4j. Okay, so you see it is getting imported from log4j. Compare these two when you are importing anything. Make sure you are importing it from correct places. Compare with mine. Okay, then we have to use get. It is actually a class. It's a class we are calling some methods from that class. Okay, dot means you are calling something, you are calling a method, you are calling a variable, and this method is going to return something which is like logger type. Okay, so now I will use another method, one method called get logger. Okay, and there you have to pass class. Okay, just import this one for now. Now here, that is very, very important. Okay, so use your drag class name here. It is very, very important. If you do mistake here, it will be a big mess. So now always remember, we have to create this variable in every class that we're gonna create, every class, but we need to change only one thing, that is this class name. Currently we are in driver class, that's why we have created this, we have mentioned here drivers. If it is like ABC class, we have to write down the ABC class here. Okay, now as I already told, it always have to be used in all the classes. I am gonna use a Control C and press Windows button of your computer. Windows is bottom of your keyboard. Okay, let me show you where the Windows button is. So this is the Windows button of your keyboard, right? So you have to press this Windows button and V together. So first you have to copy. Why am I saying this? I'm going to let you know. So it's called clipboard function. So just copy it. Okay, I'm copying it. I already did it. Just Windows V, and you're gonna see this. I'm gonna pin it up. So the reason you pin it up, what we pin it up here actually, we pin things that we will use all the time. Now if you click on this and clear all, everything will be deleted, but whatever I pinned will not be deleted. So I had lots of things pinned, but you will have only this one. And then again, every time you need to select that import perfectly, log4j. If you mistake, that will be a problem. Instead of doing this, let's copy this two again and pin it. Windows V and pin, right? So it is very important. Pin them. Don't import anything else. Like, you don't need to do this because it will be always similar. Just copy these two. So whenever you need to paste, you can paste like this. Okay, this part is done. Okay, now the way we are teaching or I am sharing things is for even your work. You can use this project in your work. So in your work environment, different files and different thing can be or needs to be downloaded from your website or page or wherever you need. Like a form can be downloaded, a paper can be downloaded. For banking domain, the statements needs to be downloaded, and you don't want to download them in a random folder in your computer. You want to have them in the same project with a folder called download, right? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna create a new folder called downloads. Okay, so let me create it like folder name downloads, simple. Okay, so I'm setting up everything now. I haven't started teaching you Cucumber framework yet, just setting up every project. So now same, I'm just copy pasting my code. I know what is what, so you have to write it down manually. Okay, so now create the download path like this. Okay, so you have to use system.get property user directory. That means whenever your file is getting downloaded, you didn't mention here c/this one/that one. So the benefit of this part, what does it do? It actually take your project path. Now if you click alt or enter or go here, and if you see your project is located, my project is located in GELT Shams personal something. If you click your one, you will see something else. So it will always change for every individual person. So it is not possible to copy paste this folder path here. Instead, if you use this system.get property user directory, is gonna get the directory of this one. It's a string value, definitely. So it's gonna have, in my case, it's gonna have G blah 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 everything until this project. Then this double slash means inside this project. Every double slash means inside this project. So there is the downloads folder, right? This downloads folder. So yeah, so that's how we're gonna create the download path. And it's gonna, if you put double slash here after that, it's gonna go inside this folder. I don't need to go inside, I'm okay with this folder. So yeah, we are done with this. Now the main thing is like how we gonna control browser. Okay, now we're gonna set up a browser line. Now focus very carefully, because first of all you won't understand, and I'm gonna explain that to you. Public static string. Why are we creating it a static? You already know, right? So that I mean, there shouldn't be any duplicate. If you change, everything will be changed. So you know that why Okay, so system.get property again. Okay, now we are not calling user directory. We're gonna call some custom variables. So now here, there's a format string, then comma, then we can use Chrome. Okay, now what does it means? Okay, uh, okay, before you understand, okay, let me make you understand this first. So there will be situations where you need to run it from pipeline. So when you are running it from pipeline, that means your code is deployed in GitHub. You already did in TestNG, right? Your code is in GitHub. Pipeline is going to run your code from there. Now, if you want to change it to Edge browser, there can be situations like you want to change it to Edge, you want to change it to headless. You cannot go to the code again and again and change it. Instead, you can put a variable or parameter there, and it should immediately change this one. So what does it means by browser and what does it means by Chrome? Usually we are going to create a logic here. If we don't put any value here, or it is null, or if we don't put any value in the pipeline or anywhere, then it's gonna run in Chrome by default. Okay, two things. If you put Edge here, it will come Edge and it will not consider Chrome anymore. It will check Edge and it will run on Edge browser. So let me set it up for you first, then I'm gonna explain how you're gonna set it up from there. Okay, so before you, like, now at first set it up, follow me, then I'm gonna explain you more clearly. So write it down. Okay, then open your POM XML again. Not this one, right? POM XML. So you have this plugin management section. Now quickly search for, press Ctrl F and search for Surefire. So you're gonna see Maven Surefire plugin, only one, not multiple. So there is the version line. Go one line below version. Now again, go to your classroom, and there you're gonna see now this one, POM XML configuration. Click on this. Okay, you're gonna see this configuration. Copy it, and then go to your Eclipse. Okay, just below version, paste it, save it. Okay, now here is your configuration file. Now your assignment 3, third assignment. Okay, before you do anything, just press Ctrl Shift F together. Holding Control, press Shift, holding Shift, press F. It will align everything and will make it beautiful. Now your job will be, okay, wait till it is finishing this building. Okay, now your job will be telling me what these individual configuration lines are doing. Okay, so that is your assignment number 5. But let me help you. So when you will kick it from pipeline, it will run by default this runner class. In Cucumber, we are going to create a class called runner. We're gonna start it from, instead of this like random class, we're gonna run it from runner class. From in TestNG, we started from test class, right? So here we're gonna do it from runner class. So by default, we are mentioning that is the runner class, and this asterisk means folder path. It can be inside any folder. So there is no, it can be created in utilities, it can be created in src test Java, it can be created in any folder. Asterisk means all, right? In SQL we learned that. And runner asterisk means after runner you can use runner, EAL, runner, whatever it is, right? And dot class. Okay, so that's something. And then here we are mentioning that about extend report. So we will integrate, like Log4j we did property file, right? We're gonna, at the same way, we're gonna add extend report, and it's gonna create a different folder if we run it from pipeline. If we run it from pipeline or command prod out of this, what do you call Eclipse, if we run it from anywhere, it's gonna create a different folder and create the report there. Now here is the browser parameter. You saw that in the TestNG too. So this browser parameter is gonna take the value from your command. It can be from pipeline, it can be from anywhere, it can be from CMD, Now if you put age here, age, right, is gonna come here, is gonna change the value of this browser. If you see that their spelling has to be exactly same, this browser and this browser, I mean, we don't need this anymore. This browser and this browser has to be exactly same. No space can be there. So if you put age there, it will avoid this Chrome and it will go there. But if you don't put anything, I mean, when you will run it from runner class, you won't put anything. It will take by default Chrome. Okay. Now we have to, I mean, that is the current setup. Now we have to create the main method, which is like public web driver get driver. Now creating public static web driver get driver method, and then okay, here okay, it's gonna return something, right? So what you're gonna do, don't worry about it, we're gonna fix it. So now first of all, first line, if driver is null, what happens? Driver is null means if there is no driver or browser or web driver. Currently the web driver is null. We didn't put driver is equal to new Chrome driver, driver is equal to new Edge driver, right? So if the driver is null, what will happen? That we're gonna disclose here. Now, if the driver is null, we have to insert. Okay, now আমরা যখন লঞ্চ করব বা আমরা যখন টেস্ট রান করব, আমাদের রানার ক্লাস থাকবে। মানে এক্লিপসে যদি আমরা ব্রাউজারটাকে কোনো কিছু ডিফাইন না করি তাহলে সেটা অটোমেটিক্যালি ক্রোম পিক করবে, বাট পাইপলাইনে যদি ডিফাইন না করি তাহলে কি পিক করবে সেটার জন্য, I mean, I'm sorry, I was talking in Bengali. Okay, so what I was saying is like, if you mention the browser in Eclipse, I mean, if you don't mention any browser in Eclipse, it will automatically pick up Chrome. But if you don't mention any browser in pipeline, it will not automatically take Chrome. You have to create a separate method for that. So pipeline means like command prompt, CMD, your Jenkins, your DevOps, any pipeline will work in the same way. So what you're gonna do is like, first of all, I'm gonna create this line. It's like backup code if browser is not given in Maven command. Maven command means pipeline, or we can write pipeline. You can write this too because you will need this project in future for your work. Okay, now so like just see it. Okay, so here what do we do? If the browser equal to null, type it by yourself. I'm just saving some time. And that's an or parameter. If browser dot is blank, what browser? This browser. Okay, I mean this browser. If it doesn't get any value from pipeline, or if it is null, then it will automatically select age. So here is the hack. If you are running it from Eclipse, from here, you just change here to age, Chrome, whatever it is. You don't have to think about it. Okay, you don't have to care. But if you are running it from pipeline and you don't mention any browser, it will automatically run with this setup. All right, so when we are not going to pass anything, it's going to simply run on Edge browser. Okay, while in the middle of this, let's create a magical thing. It will be required for you in future. In the utilities class, we are going to create again another class. Okay, and we're going to name it as Log4j2, log color. Okay, and okay, now again in the same place, you're gonna see this log color. Go there and copy these colors. These are just string variables, nothing else. But instead of typing to save your time, I have tried to give everything like this. Okay, why is it coming like that? If you see something like that, just remove them. Where it should not be like this. Okay, Let me see. Okay, now let's try now. Let me remove this and add back again. Okay, just a sec. Okay, it has to be here. It has to be here. Okay. Control C. Oh, okay. I copied by mistake the topper parts too. Okay, here, right. In the class, just paste them. Okay. Now you have this. Okay, now again go back to driver class. So now in driver class, we're gonna create a logger. We're gonna print something. Now, here is the part. If your browser is blank, you have to put a log here saying like just in this format. So how do we put, how are you gonna use, so this logger we're gonna use logger.info always. So better select something, I mean anything. Okay, so info, you can just, I mean you don't need to select anything, you can just put like this too, but now you have to print something here, right? So this log color I will use this class. So what is the benefit here is like every color has a color code. So for log, we are using different colors here. We are just mentioning the color, that okay, use this color and print something here. So you see this is green, that's why it's gonna print like red and something like that, and it's gonna print the line numbers too. That's the biggest benefit here. Okay, log color. So I just wrote log col, then control space, and it's gonna show you this el utilities color. Then you're gonna call which color you wanna put. So I'm gonna put red because we didn't mention any browser. It has to be something like that. And then we're gonna print a string. Current browser is null. So launching age by default for pipeline. Okay, so you can do this, and then make sure once you change the log color to red, you have to reset back to black, otherwise it will create problem all the time. So better write down again log color, then dot reset. So you see how helpful it is gonna create. So once you don't put any browser, it's gonna print here, give you a warning saying that hey, you didn't print any you know you didn't put any browser, make sure you put the browser value, otherwise it's gonna launch log. And you can definitely see that from which line it is getting printed. Now we know it might be used everywhere, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a copy of it so that I can use it everywhere. And again I'm gonna pin it. Okay, so this log plus, so here I'm gonna do that. Cool. So for example, this one will be required. So I'm using another plus and using a string. Okay, that means whatever I'm gonna put here is gonna use. So I'm gonna put actual log message here. So I'm copying it and Windows V again and pin it. It will be always required. So this is just a project setup we are doing. Now you can remove it. We don't need it here. Remove it. Okay. Okay. Now this first part is done. If browser is null, we're gonna do this. But when you're gonna put browser value, for example, now it is Chrome, right? What will happen? If it is Edge, what will happen? So before launching browser, we have to initialize a class called Edge options. So first of all, what does options do? I could have just created like testng, the way we learned testng. I could have created Edge browser is equal to new Edge browser, something like that. But here I'm gonna show you some advanced tricks. So in every browser, you have some options like, okay, so take an example of this browser or the one that we are working on, right? You can go to incognito mode. You can click on different functions here. These are called options, right? You can control every options from Selenium. So we're gonna do that. For that, you have to initialize one variable, which is one class. It is already available in Selenium. So if you click age, type age and then control space, is gonna give up things. You see, from Selenium it is coming up. So if if we run it in age, we're gonna use age options. If you run it in Chrome, you're gonna use Chrome options. We can have both, right? So just write like this: age options. This is for Edge browser. If you wanna do it in Edge, we can do that. Equal to new age options. Just a second. Okay, it's computing, taking time. Okay, just let me put it back here. Okay. Okay, I think we are done. So new age options, okay? Make sure your spelling is correct. So at the same way, we can do it for Chrome options too. Like Chrome, you see, options, you see? Chrome options equal to new Chrome, CHROME, new Chrome options, okay? Done. Cool. So both of the options, you can do it for every browser. I'm just showing you for two now. If you want, you can do both. And now we're gonna create a hash map, because all the options can have multiple sub options. We're gonna put it in a map. Hash map, we already learned in Java. Hash map means a variable and a value. You can put different variables and values, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm creating a hash map, and here k is the variable, v is the value. K means key, actually variable means key, key, key. Okay, so key should be a string. Our key is a string, and value will be any type. So do you remember, if you mention any types of data, if you want to put any types of data in an array or anywhere, what should be the data type? It should be object. Okay, that will accept any kinds of value, like integer, whatever it is. But variable name, key name can be always a string. We're gonna print a name. Okay, so that is the thing, but we didn't put a variable name. So its name will be age preference for me for now, is equal to new hash map. Okay, new hash map. It has to be something like this, then method. Okay, cool. I think create class hash map. I already have hash map here. Oh, okay, my spelling mistake. You see, it is very sensitive. So map. Okay, now we are good. Okay, so now our preferences are done. We're gonna use them later. We just created the variables now. These are blank. Okay, so now who can tell me the best options to switch to different browsers? Should I use if else, or we have any better option? Okay, so if else can be used, if else if, but that is a little bit old school. Now we have switch case too. We learned switch case, right? So switch case. Okay, so now switch. So I just press Ctrl space and selected the first one. So now key, what is the key? What will be changing? This value, right? Browser. So I'm gonna put browser, is gonna get changed. So now we are using Chrome, we have H, so now we have Chrome. I'm putting the value as Chrome, or we might have H2. So for example, I'm putting H here, okay, it's H, right? Now this age is this age has to be like this, and then if it is age, it definitely has to be string. Okay, so if it is age, what will happen? So here default show. Okay, now here is a thing, you don't need to use these kinds of the whole, whole breakdown or catch or default or value, anything like that. Better remove this. Okay, now for the age, what do you wanna use? For the age, we wanna set up some preference first. Then we're gonna use browser is equal to, I mean, age browser, the way we use that, right? So first of all, okay, let me copy paste the thing. And now if again here you see age case in the class, so if you go to age class, you're gonna see age options. I could type that, okay, well, let me click again. So age case is the case, right? So if you click here, it should, okay, now you have everything. So just copy that. Every case has to break, remember that. So case means switch case. The rule is like you have to break the case. Okay, now here, yeah, I think we don't need this break it because we are going to use break here, right? So just give a space and paste everything. So now you can see, okay, there is, okay, you're gonna see this error. Just hover over on it, import it, okay, and random UUID, okay, oh, I imported from wrong place. Control Z, it has to be import from Java util, okay, click on Java util, you should be good. And now this age driver, we all know it has to be imported from Selenium. We don't need to download or do anything, like imports age driver, we are good. Now your job and assignment number 6 is to find out which option is for what and write it down here with a comment. Okay, this line is for that, that line is for that. We need to do that. But telling you basics. If you preference.put means you are changing the options or putting values in the preference. Okay, zoom level should be this one. If you see that we have different options here, right? Zoom, you see zoom is here, right? These are different preference. You are putting the values in the browser before you initialize the browser, right? Okay, so this one, then same like this one, you are putting all the values, and then you are setting up all this preference, age preference, into the main age options, set experimental options. This is a method that we are calling. So you have to type it. I mean, it's better if you can type it instead of copy paste, then you will learn more perfectly. So you're setting up preferences, you are putting the values at the same way, and now you are giving arguments. Argument means level 1 in private. I mean, in private means incognito. Disable GPU means, I mean, lots of arguments you are adding, but I'm not gonna tell all the meaning. Your assignment is this one, writing down comments before every line. Why this thing is important, what is these things is doing, I can tell you, but I won't. You are smart now, you have to figure it out, assuming that it is your real-time job. Okay, figure this out. And one thing, this can be used in your test engine too, any browser to any framework you can use. This is a professional setup that I am teaching you now. Now I'm gonna go down for the same way for the Chrome. Do we have, okay, so we have Chrome options here. Make sure your spelling is correct, and we're gonna put, see, this was age preference, right? We're gonna put Chrome preference too. So to do that, I'm gonna do same thing, just copy paste the hash map. Here we're gonna put Chrome preference, better put like this, make sure the spelling is correct. Okay, so now for this one, let's go again back, let's create some spaces. So these all are the part of task, same task. Okay, assignment 6. Okay, now let's go to this, and here you're gonna see Chrome cases. Okay, open Chrome cases, then copy the whole case. I have given the case too, you don't need to create any case. So paste it. So now Chrome options, I think is the spelling. Okay, we already have it created, so better remove that. Okay, and this Chrome driver, it will be coming up from here. Okay, I'm removing it from the actual place two Chrome options, right? So this one we don't need because we created it at the top, so we are good. Okay, sounds good. So now Control Shift F is gonna organize them. Now it is ready for Chrome 2. Now assignment 6, make sure you write the note behind beside these two. Now the main part, I mean, for your pipeline setup, you can, in the pipeline you cannot run real browser. It has to be headless all the time. So let's bring it. So we're gonna go to the same page. Let me bring it up. Now you're gonna see Chrome and Edge headless case. I gave the whole case setup. Okay, now it has both Chrome and Edge cases. Just mark all and just come here below the break. Make sure for, oh, okay, one thing, make sure for all the driver you don't create WebDriver. We are using same variable that we created at the top. Okay, we are changing the value of this in every case. Okay, now come here and paste all of this. Now again, same thing, Chrome headless and Edge headless. Now our browser setup is 100% completed. You can use it in any work environment. Now this is something you need to understand everything. You can copy paste and save 5 minutes here, or 10 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, but you will end up losing in your entire life. You won't get any job. You will not be able to do anything. So instead of copy pasting, try to open them and type them by your own. Create another class, practice them by typing, putting the values manually. It will make you so much strong. Make sure you explain all the lines without watching in the AI. First of all, definitely you will follow the AI, but for future, make sure you follow it, you do it without watching the AI. It will make you so much stronger. Okay, now the next parts are easy. Okay, so after you break it down, okay, we are still in the same method. This should be the driver if else body. Okay, after the if body, okay, we double click and we can see that the whole body after second bracket, right? Now we gonna we have launched the browser. Now after the second braces, we're gonna add delete all cookies. So driver, after we launch the browser, we delete the cookies all the time, right? Manage driver.manage.delete all cookies, right? And then return driver. Okay, it's a return type method. We have to return the driver all the time. So now this method is 100% completed and there is no error, if you see. Okay, so we are good. Now save it. This red thing will go up. Okay, now we have to go out of this method now. So this is a one method. Now we have to create some universal method, which is close driver. We are gonna close the driver. Before closing the driver, we're gonna use this. Create it, type it down by your own. Close driver. If the driver is not null, then only we need to quit that. If it is null, then we don't need to, I mean, if it is null, we don't need to, we have nothing to quit, right? So just, we have used an if else here. Make sure you know every line here. Okay, it means if not, right? Okay, now the browser setup, the main method. Okay, so I'm creating it now. So public static void browser setup. Okay, just typing it down, same. Now first of all, log, right? Now for this, for launching the browser, we want a different color, that in our console you will see that the browser is launching. So we have the color thing. So just clear all. We have this color, right? We print it, we from the, I mean, we clicked Windows V and we printed it. Now we are gonna print browser, browser setup. and rest of the items, you know what we're gonna do here. Okay, so okay, so we're gonna print everything here. Now this part we will enable after a few minutes. Okay, configuration reader, and this one. Okay, we are going to print URL and the URL here too. Okay, this 4 line we're gonna make you understand this configuration reader. We have to create a file that will read configuration file. So this is we can do it in testng too. We're gonna create these things now after a few minutes. Well, now so এখানে কিছু এরর দেখা যাবে, ইজ টোটালি ফাইন, বিকজ আমরা এখনো এই জিনিসগুলো ইম্পোর্ট করি নাই, নিচের এগুলো আমি অ্যাক্টিভেট করি নাই. So I mean what I wanted, okay, I'm mixing up. So fact is, you will see these things and it's totally fine because we didn't implement these items yet. Now we're gonna implement them. Okay, so first of all, let's create a class, new class, and make sure it's like the name is configuration reader. Okay, configuration reader. I think we have learned this before, but it's nothing but creating a reader file which will which is gonna read a configuration.properties file or any property file. Okay, so we're gonna name it configuration reader. Make sure your spelling is correct. Yeah, okay. So I'm using this. Make sure your spelling is exactly the same. And here, to make it fast, I'm again copy pasting some items. But before I copy paste, I'm gonna show you some important thing. One is like creating a, first of all, we are going to create a variable. I am copy pasting. You won't, but you should not do it properties. Okay, you to read property file, you need to use something from Java util config. Okay, config file, that's you're gonna use everywhere. Okay, so this is the file path. Okay, and then the logger thing, remember we pinned up the logger file. So not the color log, to initialize log we are using this one, right? If you remember. So now we have to import lots of things. So main purpose was this is like main part of changing is like this one, right? Class name, remember whatever class you are in, you are initializing the log, put the class name, otherwise it is gonna, the log is going to print from configuration reader class, but in the console it will show driver.class. So it will confuse you. That's a big problem. Now for importing that, we have already copied import parts too. Just Windows V. Remember we had this import thing, we pinned it up. Just paste it, your things will be solved. So that's you're gonna do every time when you are going to, you know, use these kinds of logger. Every class you create, make sure you follow the same thing. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna remove them because I already have them copied in the class. I just showed you guys. I'm copying them, but you should not copy paste. You should create them by your own. I know it. I mastered it. Don't try to save these 5 minutes of typing. I'm saving it so that your video becomes smaller and class becomes smaller. Okay. So I'm gonna copy it from here, configuration reader class. Okay, and I'm gonna copy all of them. Don't try to save 5 minutes. I'm again saying I'm using this in my real-time project and it is very important to know. Okay, now this file input and stream, you have to import it from Java IO. So make sure you see, if you see error anywhere, check here in the import from where I have imported this. Okay, these are the library names, and at the end this is the class names or variable names or whatever it is. Follow that from where I'm importing things. Okay, compare and use that. Okay, so now, so your assignment number 7. Okay, what is happening in configuration reader class? Okay, what is happening here? Write it down in a note, or here with the line number. Okay, line number 20, it is happening. Line number 21, it is happening. You do it, you take a screenshot and add them in a Word document. You can do that too in a Word document. Just take a screenshot of this line, or take a screenshot of whole class or some part, and write that, okay, like in line number 18 it is happening, line number 19 that is happening. Okay, something like that. Every line should be explained perfectly, including this, and explain it in such a way that everybody understands. Don't copy paste from thing, because in the interview question we will definitely 100% ask about these things, and you have to create the whole class without watching. Now, one thing to make you understand here is static block. What is it? Is it a method? Is it something? What is that? Actually, it is called a static block. It is an initializer. It's not method, it's not class, it's not anything. It's called initializer. What happens with this is, like, whenever we want to run, so basically we know JVM reads from top to bottom, right? But here JVM will read only this block first before even reading any object, anything. It's called initializer. If you want JVM to read anything before any variable, extension, anything, use them in static block. You can do a Google research or ask AI that what these static blocks do. Tell me in a very easy language. I'm just a beginner. It will break you step by step and tell you. You can ask that what is the difference between a method and the static block. It will tell you. It will make you more clear on that. Okay, so okay, do that now. Okay, so now save it. Your error will go. Now the main part, why we have created this, what types of configuration files we are gonna read, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a file here directly. New, okay, file. We're gonna write okay, you see configuration real browser dot properties. We can avoid this real browser thing. We can just write configuration dot properties. Okay, for now. Okay, save it. Okay, we're gonna create this configuration.property file. Okay, just copy directly the whole thing. We're gonna create the file with the same name because we want this class to read that file. Just write configuration.properties, create. The properties file will be created. Now the URL. So these are hash map. You have your variables. You don't need to create it as a string, just put any values and type the URL directly. For example, https://www.amazon.com, for example. Okay, now if you want this URL to be read from here, you can read it easily with this configuration class. You just need to, so we have a method. Okay, get property, right? Key name. You have to put the key name URL and it will tell you. Now you gotta understand this driver class. Now see, now the URL that we want to launch, right? Driver.get driver we have used here, we can use directly. Okay, so get driver means you are calling this method, right? This method, and it is returning you the driver. Don't try to call this driver. That is null initially. So you have to call this to set the proper driver. So driver.getDriver, and then now here you are telling it, okay, my URL will be whatever URL is given in the property file. Now it will go to the get property method in the configuration reader that we just created. Then it will get this property. Okay, I mean this one, get property key name, return config file. So this is gonna execute this part. So this is very important. Is gonna create. So here is the benefit. So when something will come to class, it will immediately change the value of this before even doing anything. Okay, you can do the same thing for browser too. I mean browser initializer, we can change the value of the driver and do these things, but for now it is not required. I mean if you put a static here, it's gonna do that same thing. Before doing anything, it's gonna change the driver value if you make it in a static block. But let's not do it. It will, if it makes you more complex or confused, let's do this. Okay, now we are good to go. It's gonna read, simply is gonna read whatever you will tell it to read from property file. Okay, now this one, get URL, now log.info. So that is the logger. Again, same thing, URL. Then this one is common methods. Wait for Ajax load, or wait for Ajax to load, or there are lots of things in the common methods. Now it is your last assignment today, and very important assignment, most important assignment of this class. Well, at the meantime, just go up. So you're gonna see these things has been imported from a different place. Just remove them and save them. Whatever error you see, now you're gonna see that there is another error here. Okay, now one trick that I'm gonna show you. If something is cross here and you don't know where is the issue, you can just click on this red thing. It means the errors. You can just click on it and it's gonna take you there. This common method is the issue. So we didn't have this class yet. We don't have this class yet. We're gonna create that class. So now we're gonna create the main class, which will be kind of your Bible here in automation. If you know this class, if you learn this properly, you can do anything. You can make your 1 hour job 5 minutes, right? 1 hour of effort in 5 minutes. You can complete your big job in a very quick session or very quick time. So let me start with this class. So okay, what did I do? Just right click on utilities. We are still creating different utilities. We are still organizing the project so that it becomes easier for you guys to start working on. So the method name will be C capital. Okay, just write it down like common methods. Okay, M is capital, so common methods. What do we know by common methods is kind of utilities methods like that you are gonna use again and again in different classes to save some time, to make your work easier. Okay, so that is this method, and it has to extends driver class because we need driver. So this is an inheritance. Everything from this driver class will come here now. We can call all the variables, all the methods without even doing anything. Now, just a sec. In your classroom, at the same way, we are gonna open another method. Now, that's what I told you, like this is the assignment number 8 and the most important assignment of everything that you learned in automation, everything. Here you need to understand every line of code, and your main interview will be conducted from this page, from these methods. So I'm copying everything. So how are you gonna learn? What are you gonna do? Here I have given a very small concept, small lines that will help you to understand or study. So for example, here I have written like wait for JavaScript or jQuery to load, wait for this page to load, right? I gave a very short note, but you have to give comment before every line, and you have to tell what is happening in which line. You have to not only you have to tell, you have to understand very properly. And at the end of, like, above every line you're gonna do that, but here just before this method you have to write an explanation where we will use this method. I know you can do it from an AI easily, but if you do that, you're gonna cut your own leg. No one is gonna save you. But if you have any questions, if you don't understand something, if you cannot write, come and ask us. But I know, as a teacher, I know what you will know, what you will be able to understand. If you do it by your own, no one can stop you from getting a job. No one. So this is the most important class in the whole framework. If you know this, you can do anything in this framework. So make sure this is your assignment number 8. You need to know each and every single line of this, and you have to write in a Word document. You can copy these lines, create a Word document, and you have to explain like why this method is used for everything. Okay, so in which situation you're gonna use this method, in which situation you're gonna use this method. So lots of methods are there. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mark everything. I mean, everything is not possible. I think I have to click here and I have to go all the way up and I have to copy till this. Just Control C. So we have given the method names here too, and I created the method in the same way, same name. I'm gonna mark everything, not this package, okay? Just a class name and everything. We'll do a Control V and save it. So it should automatically come in, but we can see everything is red here. We need to fix those things by importing different drivers or different parts of the framework. Actually, you know what, I have added the imports too. Instead of doing it one by one, you can directly import everything from the same place. Let me open that again. Okay, let me refresh it. Hopefully it will show up here now. Okay, perfect. You don't need the package, just import, take all the imports. It is still important to know from where you are bringing what, but I'm just, for the sake of time saving, I'm just doing all this. And okay, and here you're gonna see like this one is showing some errors. We can remove them, we don't need them actually. And there are multiple things that is showing error now but might be useful later in different class, not in this class. So don't worry about what is showing you warning sign saying that okay, you didn't use this method. It's totally fine. You have a small tiny minus button here, you see. If you click on this, it will be minimized. So click on this, it is minimized now. Now we have page object model, different wait methods, right? So we're gonna figure it out how to work on these and what to do. Okay, so now your first and mandatory job will be covering this up. I'm giving you an example. I mean, how you should work on this different, when you should use these different methods. Wait for disabled element. This is for, I mean, when you give a command, go to this page and click this element, Java works faster than your eyes. It will immediately go and immediately try to click the element even when before it is not loaded, even before loading all the elements, right? So what you need to do is like, you have to say like, go to this page, wait till the element is displayed, then click on it. So this is the element that we ordered him to wait. This is the element in this area. You're gonna pass the by locator. So there are situations where you're gonna pass directly web element locator or the by locator. What is the difference? Difference you're gonna learn in the class, but here I'm just telling you, driver.findElement, in the bracket you write by.xpath, something like that. So if you remove the driver.findElement part, okay, this one, everything inside is called by locator. You can store them in by variable. If you want me to give an example, just look at it. By is the locator data type, and this is a variable name. Here you're gonna store it like by.xpath. Everything you write inside driver.findElement. So we can pass this as a by located. But if you look at this, these are wave element, right? So there are different situations where you need to use @find by and where you need to use only by. The benefit is like when you use @find by, that means driver.findElement, same thing, right? This one and driver.findElement is same thing. So when you say find, that means you are already commanding him to find this XPath in the UI. There will be situations where maybe XPath is dynamic or the elements are dynamic. There will be situation where you will tell your JVM to click on sign up button if sign up is visible. If sign up is not visible, login is visible, then you're gonna tell him to click on login button. Now if you start that sign up button as find by, it will immediately fail. It will not gonna search for login button. If it doesn't find sign up button, it is gonna fail directly. So we handled it with a try catch block in the previous common method. So wait for disabled element means there are some fields or some buttons which always gray color, disabled. It is gonna wait for this thing. And how it is gonna wait? What is this one? We are calling a method here. You see double braces means you are calling a method. Just hold your control button and click on it. You're gonna see this is another common method. If you see, it is also coming from same class. Make sure you understand this concept, same class, right? Now another very important concept is, see the logo icon of all the classes. It is J, right? Just a J, and there are some warning signs. It means the class is created by you. But if you see any different sign in any class, that means that is a built-in class. You cannot do any mistake. You cannot write anything on those classes. For example, let's go to the sleep method. There is a dot, means you are calling either a variable or a method. If you call a variable, there will be no brackets. If you call a method, there will be brackets. And this is the input parameter you are passing. So let's see, press Ctrl button and click on this. You are here now, right? Thread.sleep. This is, if you look at the icon, now it is different. It has some numbers, right? So that means it is a built-in method. Is it human made? No, not made by us, because whatever we create is like just Java, right? But this is different. And there will be other different icons as well. Those are like built-in methods. So when you see something is coming from built-in methods, you cannot do anything during debug. Don't worry about these things because you didn't create it. So yeah, you have to learn like that. So what I was telling is like you have to write down step by step what's going on, where is going on, why did you write, so what is this thing doing. You went inside and then you're gonna note it down like, okay, now this here in this line number 173 we are calling this method. I'm giving you an example. Here we are calling remove border method. The method is in the same in this same class. That means common methods. This method is removing any border that was created earlier by us using JavaScript. Okay, so how did I know that? Because if you go inside, you're gonna see what's going on here. Okay, you're gonna learn, you're gonna understand, you're gonna write the same lines here, then you're gonna come back again. Okay, you can remove this, you don't need this. You're gonna come back again and write that down. What is happening? You're gonna write individual words here. Don't get afraid, don't get scared. You have AI now. Just open Copilot from your system, This one you see at the bottom, you can search it by Copilot. Just open it and ask anything. So I could have make you understood everything by some boring talks, by explaining hours and hours. I don't want that. So it is your responsibility to find it out. Okay. Now your job is to find these common methods. This is very, very important. And then, well, now what you're gonna do is, like, let me close all the extra items. Okay. Everything is ready. Now we're gonna create two more utilities, which is very important. You know, assertion, we already did it. It's called expected result, just validating expected result, right? So we have to create, okay, before assertion, we are taking screenshots for different, reports and different test cases. We are capturing screenshots and attaching them. So for that, I will have a class called screenshot util. Check the spelling so that you don't mistake it. Okay, screenshot util. Just create the class. So in the same way, you have to go to your classroom number 9, right? Open this and download or copy paste everything from import to bottom. Okay, it is your assignment number 9. 8 was common method, and this is your assignment number 9. Understand everything. You already know this. Just read line by line and note down what is what. In line number 16, what are we doing? Line number 17, what are we doing? Write it in another Word document. For every single assignment, you can create one Word document. So make sure you do it in a different Word document. Explain everything. So now it is copy pasted. I'm not making you understand anything because you already did that. You already know when we are using these kinds of reusable methods. It is also a common methods, but we just organize them in a different class so that they become organized and tidy. Okay, now we are going to create the assertion class, which is very important. So just in the same way, we are creating this one. Okay, soft assert, remove the space, click on OK, and in the same way you have to go to this number 10 soft assert. Just copy all of them. Okay, Control C and go to the class. Mark this, we don't need this because we are copy pasting anyway. So this is not throwing any error because I created the class with the same name like this. Okay, now save it. It is extending assertion. This assertion is not created by us. If you hold Control and click, you can see a different icon. That means it is not coming from us. It is coming from Java built-in concept. Okay, so we have done this. We are good at it. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is the constructor. Okay. So now it is your this is your assignment number 10. Okay, that you need to read and write everything about this soft assert. So 10 assignments has to be created in a different Word document too. Now we're gonna do our final and most perfect execution thing, which is hooks class. We already know annotations. Here we're gonna, in Cucumber, we launch our code through hooks. Once we set up the whole project, I'm gonna easily show you the flow, how things works here, right? So now let's create another package called, everything starts with EL, right? So I'm gonna put eal.hooks. Okay, or yeah, eal.hooks should be good. Now here I'm gonna put a hooks class. So right click, new class, and name it as hooks, hooks. Okay, finish it. So it is now, we are now in hooks class here. Now same thing. Well, now we have created this hooks class. It is blank. Before we do anything here, we have to enable something because we just added soft asset, right? Now remember, we had a variable created here. We have added this class object. Now here is one important point. I have created so many classes, but I didn't create their objects. I just created soft assets objects in the common methods. Why is that? How do you know which object you should create and which one you should not? Basically, this common methods contains all the reusable methods that you're gonna use in every possible classes. All right. So this soft asset will be useful in any classes. At the same thing, configuration reader will not be at the same time. This one will not be used in every classes, but if it is needed, we can easily create the object there and call it from there. But we don't need it in every class. But the page object model we need in every class. So usually the plan is whatever class we're going to create, we're going to extend to common methods. It is already extending driver, so everything will go to that particular class. That is our plan. So now I enabled it because I used soft assert in lots of places, even in the hooks. Okay, so make sure you enable it, or if you don't have it, just create it. It's just creating an object of this one, and here I'm typing it soft assert. Now if you already have completed the task for soft assert, you will know this soft assert is customized soft assert. All the assertion we have customized in our way with the colorful logs and with lots of extra functions in it. We created and made them perfect for official use or final use. Okay, so now what is the next step to do? So now we're gonna create one extra utilities that you will not find anywhere, and it is very important in the real jobs. Maybe we are not going to show the use of it in the class because we cannot with unpaid project, but when you will join job, you will easily find this thing, and when you will use AI, you can easily solve this thing. But let me give you the main code that no AI can give you. That is secret manager. It is AWS secret manager, Amazon secret manager. What it does is, here you are exposing your login ID and password anywhere in the code, but there will be situations where they will tell you to not to expose production credentials or any important credentials in the property file or anywhere, right? Then you have to keep it as in a secret, like Google Drive, right? So that will have some token and ID. Then you can use a class to interact with those things and just pull those credentials and trim them or split them and store them in a variable and use it in different places. Okay, so to do that, I just created the class in the same utilities class, and this is number 11, AWS secret manager class. Just going there. Has to be import. I just wrote port here. I have to correct it. But let's copy paste now. I have given you import options as well. There is a mistake here. Just gonna fix it. Okay, now save it. This is just an extra option. As your building framework, I'm giving you everything that is required. How is it working? Let me show you quickly a quick review. It is like the secret name that will have a name. For example, here it is test. It will have maybe your company name. If you are working in Walmart, it should be Walmart Vault 1 or something like that. And then there will be region US. I mean, what region you are, that will have all the secret has region function. US East 1, US West 1, Virginia, something, lots of things are there. Now this is a class that you need to create, like API testing you did. Same, like this is the request, you are sending an API request, secret get request actually, with the ID, and the builder will automatically contain everything, so you can print it and see what you are sending. And then here you are using the log, here you are getting the value and returning the response secret string. And then this is a catch block. If it fails anything here, then it's gonna come here and print the stack trace, that means print the error for you. Now this get string, here you're gonna get the username from secret. So this one is returning, you the string right here, the string type. So pool secret, this is going to share you the string, you are storing the string here, and then from there you are using a new JSON object to convert this file into a JSON file. And once it is in JSON file, you can pull up strings from there. Whatever the user ID is added in the JSON means like a notepad. Whatever is there called user ID, I mean, it's a hash, it contains hash map, key and value. The key will be user ID, like configuration file, you're gonna put the username there, and where the key will be simply password, same thing here. Where the key will be password, it will be your password. Then you can use it to connect to your wherever you want to use, right? You can use them here. Okay, so here is the, now, okay, that's done. So that is the database secret. So I have used this name in my property file. Now it will not work because I didn't put any value here, but it is like getting secrets of a database from server. Okay, database secret. So that is I used for my thing, and I kept it here for you guys to understand and learn. I'm not setting up any assignments for this, so it's fine if you wanna do it. I mean, you will know so much, but if not, that is also okay. So that is not required. Okay, now, and next class and second last class today should be your DB utils. So you didn't learn it in your Java. That is, you can run database query from Selenium too, right? So now, why you need that? So for example, you are doing a UI test. You signed up as a user. Now there will be another test step integrated at the end, like go to database, search for the query, exact query, make sure the registered customer is present in the table, right? There will be situations like that. So you need to, when after running UI, you need to validate the database too. So to connect with database, you need lots of methods and everything. So it is easy. I mean, whenever you're gonna work on this particular part, you can easily find out, and it will be a part of your assignment too. This JDBC doesn't need any additional class. Once you do this assignment, you can easily figure this out. Okay, so now, okay, let me show you up that thing. This is dbutil. Okay, now I'm copying all the things. Copying everything and just going back, replacing this because I had the class name here, and yeah, everything will be ready to use there. Now defining each of this is your responsibility. This is your assignment because you didn't learn JDBC. Once you understand this class, you don't need to worry about anything. You can easily learn JDBC. Now you can ask AI that how can I practice it, where can I practice it. You can practice that too using the same class here. Okay, so yeah, this is also done. Now finally we are coming to our hooks class, which is number 13. Okay, this is the most crucial part, your assignment number 12 or 13. If you do AWS Secret Manager, that is best for you. You're gonna learn much more better. If not, it is, if you do that, that is your assignment number 13. If not, it is your assignment number 12. Okay, so let's go to your hooks class. Okay, save it. Now dbutil. Okay, we have dbutil. You just need to click on it, hover over on it, and to import it from el, right? Okay, we have it now. Save it. Error will go. So let me give it to the place so that you don't get the error again. Okay, so I have sent it out. I have added this. Now you don't need to do it again. Make sure you don't replace the package. It will always be there at the top. Okay, so that is our hooks class. Now your final class that will be required today is your step name listener. That has to be created in the hooks class like this. Okay, let me create it here in your class. So go to your hooks, right click, new class, and it has to be capital S, step name, okay, listener. It is very important for Cucumber. So let me show you. Okay, step name listener. So what it does is, my bad. What it does is it's gonna create, it's gonna print, like it's gonna work before annotation, and there is a sequence for that. We're gonna learn it while we are gonna learn Cucumber. So copy this code. It has everything. Just replace this one. Save it. So it is gonna implement this current event listener, and this is a built-in interface, right? I-means interface here. So what is it gonna do? There we added some logs with the same thing by like Windows V, and we have pinned it. Here is a class name to make sure that we are printing it from the same class. And I have created this method. What is it gonna do? It's gonna take your pickle step, or is gonna create some steps here. It's gonna create some steps, and it's gonna print, it's gonna execute before anything happens. So print a step name, it's gonna create before your every step. That's why it is called a step name listener. It listens the name of the steps, and you can print it in your annotations or different places where it is required. You can remove this system.out.print. Okay, this system.out.print, and don't remove this. We have kept it because it is gonna create some space in the console before and after something happens. Okay, so that is your first pass, and this is your assignment number 14. So make sure you understand everything, do the assignments perfectly. Thank you.